Alrighty, let's get after it. 5:30, 2025. 4:09 p.m. Sorry, contacts are a little cloudy right now. But, anyways, as you guys can see by Kyle's hat that says Indy, we haven't seen you guys since we've been to the 500. Our last episode was like our Indy 500 episode. We're supposed to go out before we actually went to the race, but unfortunately, uploading on your phone through the YouTube studio app is one of the worst experiences ever.
Yeah, it was a real bummer that did not go out.
Yeah, it really sucks. But what didn't suck was the race. The race was an experience. It was awesome.
Yeah, now that you've had a few days to soak it in, I guess, how's what's your overall take from the experience that we had, at least?
That was nuts, dude. It was absolutely nuts. I mean, think about it. We had a police escort into the race, which was nuts. I mean, I've never had that experience before, where we're driving on oncoming traffic, into oncoming traffic, and to get into the race. We have three, I think they were county sheriffs from down there on their motorcycles just escorting us. It was great. It was awesome. We did not need to take our wallets. All we needed to really take was our IDs, and that's it.
I didn't even get carded.
And that's what I'm saying. We didn't. I'm just saying, just for driving purposes, from driving down there, it was nuts. We did not pay for anything, food, drink. We didn't have to pay for anything. Obviously, we chose to go out to go to places, but we didn't have to. They were take stuff, please. Take stuff. I don't want to have to restock this into my have to take this with me. The lady who was hosting it.
Yeah.
I forgot her name already.
Allie?
Allie, yeah. Shout out Allie from Delta. That was awesome.
Yeah.
How fast those cars are is actually nuts. I mean, you watch it on TV, and it's yeah, okay. I know they're going fast, but until you actually see it in person, you truly don't comprehend how fast they're going.
Until you see it and hear it.
Yeah.
Because the sound and the live vibration of the cars
and
in the air going by, just the buzz is wow.
Fucking big that racetrack is.
That is what's been a lot of what's blowing my mind. It's 2.5 miles around, which is
And when they were doing that in less than a minute.
Yeah, 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is absurd. And that's what I was when I thought back on it, I'm dude, legit from where we were sitting, which was I don't know, a couple hundred feet before the start-finish line.
Yeah. I mean, for those of you who know me and have me on Snapchat, you guys saw my story. It was nuts.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. But, looking down the main stretch, you could see all the way to turn 1. So, from all the way to the start of turn 1 to, the end of turn 4, that's, 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah.
Legitimately. And it's fucking crazy that you could look down that far of a stretch. And I think the thing that blew my mind the absolute most was the amount of people.
I've been to tons of sporting events, and I'm thinking man, there's so many people here. No,
because it's you're at a Cubs game, a Bears game, you're dude, 60,000 people at a concert, 45,000, it's packed, and it's shoulder to shoulder. It's there's 400 reports came out. There was over 400,000 people there.
That was insane.
It's mind blowing.
No,
it is truly mind blowing at how many people are there, and especially in just the stands that we were able to see.
Yeah,
that whole stretch, that might be one of the coolest, visuals ever. The way that whole stretch looks. You just look, it's just people as far as the eye can see.
Yeah,
and then the infield itself. When we were on the backside, it's we looked off of that for how long, and I didn't even fucking realize that was the infield, and I'm oh shit, that's. The racetrack is out there.
Yeah, all the way out there. Past the golf course.
Past all the fucking vendors that are out there. Past the snake pit with the full-size stage and the fucking giant concert that's going on the entire time.
Dude, it was nuts. I mean...
Yeah.
It was insane. That was when they say it is the greatest spectacle in racing,
truly
it is truly the greatest spectacle in racing. I mean, I was telling Kyle, I'm dude, this is the intro to the first Cars movie. When there's just blimps everywhere, there's the infield, there's I'm dude, this is crazy. How it's just insane.
Spot on comparison too, because as soon as you said it, I'm yes.
And what was also kind of funny was how much Kyle and I did not belong where we were at.
Oh, no. We were completely out of place.
Completely out of... He's wearing a Cletus McFarland t-shirt. I'm wearing an Ariat t-shirt. I'm wearing a Sox hat. He's wearing a Cubs hat. And there's, like, people in front of us wearing... One guy was wearing a Masters, like, sweater vest, and his wife has, like, a Louis Vuitton, like, Gucci outfit. I'm like, yeah, these people have... Like, we're surrounded by rich people, and... We're kind of just here drinking all the Miller Lite.
Yeah, legitimately, I would say probably 90% of the people that were with us in that entire thing were at least millionaires.
Yeah.
Like legitimate, because they were all business owners.
And what was kind of crazy, the fact that like we're sitting where we're sitting, and we're like, man, these people are really wealthy. And there's that tower next to us, and I'm like, actually, those people are really wealthy.
It's there's levels to this shit.
Yeah, there really is.
Because that's exactly what we did. Is immediately when we got into the suite and like walked out to the seats. We like look down on them people like fucking look at these peasants underneath us, dude. Like immediately, and it's like, yeah, you know the people in that tower. Like, look at those people over there think they're hot shit sitting in a suite.
There's the people landing on the helipad in their helicopters. Yeah, just like look at all those idiots having to drive in. Those people think they're cool because they got a police escort in here.
Yeah, dude, that was fucking.
It was awesome, dude. I mean, if you've never been to the Indy 500, go to the Indy 500.
Get a suite. Pay for a police escort.
Yeah.
Make sure you get everything for free.
All inclusive.
But that's the way to do it.
Dude, our hotel room was paid for. Kyle got a gas card because he drove.
$100 gas card for driving. The hotel room was paid for 2 nights.
He didn't even spend $100 in gas.
I didn't even fill up my tank. I didn't even use it on gas. I already used it. I didn't even use it on gas.
What did you use it for?
I bought lunch 2 days in a row, and I bought food and beers for me and Stephanie at the Cubs game.
Oh yeah, I forgot you went to that.
Night.
I forgot
was
about
that yesterday?
That.
No,
Wednesday. 2 days ago.
Wednesday, yeah. Yeah, it was free dinner Saturday night.
Yeah.
The race, obviously, everything was free, and then you get back on the bus after the race, and they're like, all right, we got more snacks and drinks, whoever wants, and then, dude, I ended up fucking, man, I felt like shit. I think it was because I was drinking Miller all day. And when we got on the bus, all they had was Mick Ultra. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take one. And I slammed the first one. And, dude, when I started that second one, my stomach was just twisting.
Well,
and
probably that and it's like the amount of food that we were eating. I mean, you ate a lot more than me.
Yeah, I went and got a second
plate. One plate of food.
Yeah, the first plate I didn't go like crazy on, but that second one I grabbed like 4 pieces of pork and then I grabbed some more of the potatoes.
That pork was fire.
Oh my god, whatever was on it.
Yeah, whatever. It was like a mustard or something. Yeah, it tasted like a mustard. It was
gas, dude. It was
good.
Everything was like literally everything was fire. The food the night before was super good.
Shout out my IndyCar Lego actually over here. This is pretty lame. People are probably gonna cook me, but yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
I got this for Christmas last year.
That's sick. But yeah, the all the food was fucking great. It was actually candied bacon at the dinner the night before.
Oh, that was good. I was actually really surprised how good the food was. I was expecting it to be like super mid. I'm like catered food. Like think about, especially at the race. Mm-hmm. I'm like the amount of food they have to make.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way it's gonna be that good. No, it was actually like it was solid. It was pretty good. And shout out Delta for having all the wintergreen lifesavers you could want.
Oh my god,
those things are delicious, dude. They are delicious mints. They're awesome, and they had just like the freaking like loud pack bags, like the big bags everywhere we went. In the hotel, at the race, I'm like, dude, this is awesome. Like, I'm here just for the lifesavers, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, that's not my thing. I don't like them, but it was funny watching you get excited at like the fact that there were mints at every corner you turned.
And then we got like a swag bag. Okay.
Yeah.
We go in the front pocket. There's 2 Lifesaver wintergreen mints. I'm like, dude, this is perfect.
They knew what they were doing, dude. Like that's how you know they know what they're doing. They set up the swag bag with the fucking
bag. Like it's like under all that stuff. I never emptied out that pocket, so everything in that pocket is still there. It's nice. Like
I threw all of it away.
Oh, it was like Alka-Seltzer, Tylenol,
Aleve,
Liquid IV,
and there was something else in there too, like all for just hangover shit. There was a bottle of Fiji water in the bag as well. Like they know what they're getting.
A Camelback water bottle.
Yeah.
A Delta hat, which was actually kind of like a decent quality hat.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't started wearing mine yet. I'm waiting for my work hat to currently take a shit, so I'm like,
that's actually I probably would use that as a work hat actually.
Yeah.
This one was currently one that I was rocking for a while. It's a Milwaukee hat. I got this from a supply house. I'm only wearing it just because I just got out of the shower right before we started recording, so my hair is wet, and I don't want people to think that I have greasy hair. Shout out Reggie, because I know that he likes to be a troll in the comments. That's pretty funny.
Reggie?
Well, his name's Joseph, but we call him Reggie. There's a whole backstory to it.
Oh.
It's basically, we started making a joke in high school. I'm like, we'd go to people like, yeah, like he has, Reggie for sale, 85 a G. And people would be like, what? They're like, why would I pay that much? That's actually only one encounter I've ever had. Though. Someone was like, why would I pay that much? And I'm like, it's good stuff. It's Reggie.
I forgot people used to call it Reggie.
Yeah, it was really stupid. Funny. And honestly, for the longest, I think for like the first year of knowing him, I did not know what his actual name was. I just know him as like Reggie.
You're referring...
His name is not Reggie.
Yeah.
It's just a nickname.
You're talking about a different guy now this time though that you just referred to, Joseph.
Yeah.
In the comments.
Yeah, it's the same guy. Like he is Reggie.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's also hilarious. He's like, congratulations on your sponsor. Did you see that? You
talking about that guy. Comments? That guy?
Are you? I have no clue who you're talking about in the comments.
Oh, have you not looked?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
There's a guy named Joseph on Spotify that commented?
No. He's on YouTube.
Yeah, that's who I'm talking about too.
No, there's 3 comments on YouTube now.
Oh, there's a new one.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, I'm gonna have to look at that.
Yeah. I'm gonna
have to look at that right now.
Shout out. I don't remember the guy's name, but the one who said congratulations on your sponsor, that was Satire. We didn't actually get any sponsors yet, so it was a premature congratulations, but just save that for when we actually do get our first sponsor. I'll just say that. But thank you nonetheless. I'm sorry for misleading you.
Yeah, shit happens, That's what it is.
It's whatever.
Kind of hilarious to think that we have like 20 views on YouTube videos, and all of a sudden we're like, yeah, we're sponsored by Delta. They gave us a trip to the Indy 500 and a suite with a police escort and free hotel and all that shit.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
You're talking about making it big pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, with 29 subs.
Yeah, I mean, that would be fucking absurd to think that could even happen. That's very funny.
Dude, we should have just taken a flight out there.
Yeah. We'll take the We'll take the Kindizer helicopter next time.
Yeah, we probably will. And just land right in the infield. I don't want to sit through that traffic. The traffic out, yeah. We didn't have an escort out, unfortunately, but...
Yeah, that kind of... Man, it was... Getting out of there was hell. Once again, back to when I was sitting there with my stomach twisting. I fell asleep for like 5 minutes, and when I woke up, my stomach was killing me, and I was like, oh, I gotta puke. And I contemplated grabbing one of the garbage bags on the back of the seat, and I was like, maybe I should go in the bathroom. But the bus we were on, and the bathroom is the size of an airplane bathroom, so I could not even kneel down. So I'm like, oh, I have to stand up and aim for this fucking toilet. Like, God, this could be so bad. And in the meantime, I'm fighting to not throw up. And we didn't move for like a half an hour at that point. And as soon as I closed that fucking door and turned around, dude, the bus moved, and I flew and hit the wall behind the toilet with like my face. And I caught myself up against the wall, and then he hit the brakes, and I slammed, I like hit the wall behind me, and then he did it. He like moved up a couple more times. Dude, I bounced around like a fucking pinball in that little bathroom as I'm trying not to throw up. And I'm like holding myself up, trying to aim the toilet, dude. I hit it 100%, no splash, no speckles, no nothing, made it in, of course. And then, I came out. I'm like, I am sleeping the rest of the way. And I put my fucking head on the seat in front of me, and I passed out. And when I woke up, we were like 5 minutes from the hotel.
Yeah, it was great, dude.
It was perfect.
It was awesome.
We did not get to go to the Slippery Noodle, for those who were wondering.
Yeah, if anyone was wondering, that was like the theme of the trip. We had someone very wanting to go to the Slippery Noodle. Yeah. We didn't go.
Sadly, did not.
Sorry, we did go to a place called Crafters.
Oh, yeah, the pizza. Oh, I forgot we went out for pizza afterwards.
Yeah. I believe it was called Crafters.
Yeah, Crafters Pizza and Grill or bar or something like that.
Was that technically in Noblesville? Or is that still in Carmel?
No, that was Carmel, I think, yeah.
I know we were close to I mean, obviously, geographically. But it was pretty close to being in Noblesville, I'm pretty sure. I I think. But nevertheless, it was a pretty good place. It was like a tomato bar for those of you that are around the region and know what tomato bar is.
Yeah, it was pretty fire.
It's pretty solid. I got the wings. The wings were pretty good. The 3 cheese bread was pretty solid.
Yeah, that was bussin'.
It was the za. I didn't try any of that. Kyle said it was very good.
Yeah, it was fire as hell. Margarita, like a margarita Neapolitan style pizza. It's fucking so fire with balsamic glaze on it.
I do want to say one last food related thing that I have. Before we went down to Indy, we stopped at the liquor store and we stopped to get coffee. Instead of going to like a typical like Dunkin' or Starbucks, Kyle took me to Refuge Coffee. It was awesome, dude. I've actually been thinking about that since we went. Because I talked to one of my buddies at work, and I'm like, dude, there's this place in Crown Point called Refuge Coffee that I went to, and he's like, I'm like, it is so good. He's like, you're just being mean at this point. I'm like, what are you talking about?
What?
And he's like, I've told you about that place before, and you called me gay and said it's probably some liberal place. I'm like, I don't remember saying that, but yeah, I'm like, it sounds like something I'd say.
Did he happen to request you to go to Dagger Mountain as well?
Shout out, Dan.
Shout out, Dan.
I'm like, dude, I don't remember saying that, but like, I completely rescind because I had it, and I'm like, that place was fire. I'm like, that coffee was nuts. I want to go back. And then I'm like, and then I had one of their bagels, and he's like, oh, did you try the cinnamon one with like the honey cream cheese? I'm like, no. I'm like, I had a Italian sandwich with on a plain bagel. And he's like, oh, I've never had that. I've only had like the cinnamon one. I'm like, that sounds good. He's like, that Italian one sounds good. I'm like, yeah, dude. I'm like, you should try it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll probably try the cinnamon one next time I go because I do like good cinnamon bagel. Although not good for the cut, but you know, it's okay. Cheat days exist. But nevertheless, place was awesome. Coffee was good. Overall, I'd say the trip was a success. Actually, one more thing. The coffee place we went to on the way home in Carmel, down the street from the hotel, Indy Coffee or whatever it was called.
I have no idea. I don't remember.
Something like that.
Fucking mid.
It was super just like okay. It was just a super okay place.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, it was like fucking $8 for a large coffee, and a large coffee was like a 12-ounce coffee.
Yeah, so I'm
ridiculous.
like, can I get a medium caramelized coffee? They're like, well, we only have small or large. It's either 8 ounces or 12 ounces. I'm like, which one's a large? I'm like, a large coffee, 12 ounces, dude? I'm like, I'll just go to Dunkin', I'll get a large, and I'll get 32
I was going
ounces.
to say, 32. Yeah, you don't fucking big gulp of coffee from Dunkin'. Yeah, that, and
big gulp.
Also stupid as hell when you order a coffee to go to not give a fucking lid to the person.
Yeah, that's like honestly another gripe.
It should just have a lid on it. I don't need to walk somewhere and put a lid on my fucking coffee to go. Or give me the lid right with it, but instead they walk it out to you. And
they walk it out to you, and then there's a stand like next to the stand where they're making the coffee that's like has the straws and lids. I'm like, yeah, okay, well that's really stupid, but okay.
Yeah, it's like it's just
really dumb.
You're asking for an accident to happen.
Yeah, I mean, place just was super mid. Shout out Refuge.
And it was in a weird spot too.
Yeah, it was like
hidden in like a fucking complex, like a
condo,
business condo looking complex.
It was really odd.
Yeah, very much so.
But that was Indy 500 trip. I definitely want to go again. I obviously will probably never go again, in that way, unless a friend I made invites me next year. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe maybe the people from Tulsa that we met will
invite
us, even though they don't even know our names.
Nope, I don't remember their names either.
Yeah, I don't either. I think the one guy's name was Aaron. Maybe. I don't fucking know. Shout out those guys. They were cool, though.
They were cool.
Very friendly.
Yeah.
Some of the only friendly people there, actually, because nobody talked to anybody else.
Yeah, it was
that wasn't with their, like, who they went with.
Clicky. Yeah, it was very clicky.
Yeah, it was kind of awkward, and I'm very glad you went, because if I would have had to go to that by myself, I would have been miserable.
Yeah, I mean, it's
that
all right,
would have sucked.
Yeah, it's okay. We had a good time overall. Moving on, though.
Yeah.
I had some things that I'm not prepared for than I should have been prepared for. So sorry, guys. Give me one sec.
You going NFL first?
Yeah, we'll go NFL first. We'll start off with the Caleb Williams stuff. Caleb Williams addressed the whole thing. You know, the whole ESPN article thing.
Yeah.
And he did it with class. With major class. It's because he's my king. and obviously QB1. I know Reggie's going to be watching this. That's our king. We love him. Don't ever try to slander our king and drag him through the mud because he's going to come back. And basically what he said in a nutshell, and this is a direct quote, he wanted to come here and be the guy. And, okay, perfect. Yeah. He's like, in that process, things are going through your mind. And he did admit, like, yeah, I had doubts and stuff like that. But then he, had the interview, and he's like, he locked in. That's what he did. Yeah. He locked in. He's like, you know what? I'm that guy. I can be that guy. He's like, because, obviously the history of the Chicago Bears and their quarterback situation has always been ass. It's just, yeah.
What quarterback coming out of college wouldn't be fucking hesitant to go to a team? It's no different than a fucking guy getting drafted by the Browns.
Yeah, like going to like a historically bad QB organization.
Yeah, you're not really. I don't think anyone's too excited about that one.
Like where their major success has really come from running game and defenses. That's the only two things that people talk about with major success with the Chicago Bears. It's never been like, dude, but they every organization has had a stud quarterback.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's honestly, it's really funny too that I've always thought this about like Jim McMahon. Everyone's like, Jim McMahon's our best. It's like, he really wasn't even that good.
Jay Cutler was our best quarterback.
Statistically because of the time he was there. But like, obviously Jim McMahon with the Super Bowl and shit, but it's like Jim McMahon was not that good.
No, he's not that good.
Even that year that they won the Super Bowl, like Jim McMahon did not do shit. That team was on the back of Walter
Payton. It
was
mostly just aura. The biggest thing with Jim McMahon, it was truly aura.
Yeah, he was a gangster on the field, but it was fucking Walter Payton that carried that team to the Super Bowl. So.
Yeah, I don't remember if I sent you anything else. I did not, so that's okay. I just had like some few things. They're baseball related, and then obviously a miscellaneous related topic. So if you got more football stuff, run with it.
I got a decent bit. Speaking of quarterbacks, Kirk Cousins, at least as of the 3 days ago, was still not at voluntary OTAs for the Falcons. This is something that I meant to bring up a couple episodes ago when we kept when Aaron Rodgers had gotten brought up with like the Steelers and shit. I'm like, Kirk Cousins could absolutely be on the table to go to the Steelers as well.
Actually, that reminds me of something that I'd seen too. A conversation of Joy Taylor.
Yeah, she's a fucking bozo. What is she?
That was really stupid take. It was
How does she have a job still? After all the shit that happened.
These people, I don't understand how half of these people still have jobs.
But all that shit that happened and came out about her and like the.
If that's the case, then half of the people at ESPN should all be gone.
Yeah, realistically,
even before any of that, there's stuff that happened before then. I'm just saying, there's a lot of stuff.
It's crazy, yeah. And then you sit there still on TV with your fucking tits hanging out, and you try and sound like you know what you're talking about, and. She just sounded like a fool, like talking about Aaron Rodgers not being at fucking minicamp, and it's like
that's what it was. Yeah,
not on the team.
He's not even on the team.
He's not. I didn't watch the Steelers.
I didn't watch the clip because I wasn't. I was at work and I was just hopped on my phone real quick and just open the app, an involuntary sheep thing that you just do. You just go and do stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's like weather app at an awkward party. He's like, actually playing on your phone, just on the weather app. But anyways, yeah. So I didn't get to listen to it, but I'm watching. I'm like, and it was actually ML football. I'll give ML football this.
Yes. Yeah.
I was actually the one who saw it. I'm like, dude, he kind of cooked. He kind of cooked here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that is a yikes. And this is the kind of people that should not be on TV. They should put us on TV. I think we'd be great. I'm just saying. I think we'd be awesome.
If we could get rid of the swearing realistically for TV, which...
I could do that. I could get that under control.
I probably couldn't. It just helps.
It's not that hard.
It just helps hammer a point home. I know, but no one talks like that.
Unless you're on TV getting paid millions.
And that's why they're all fake as hell, and you can't fucking believe anything half of them say.
If someone put $5 million in front of me, I'm like, I won't swear on TV.
Yeah. I'm just not down. I'm not down to bow down to the fucking lords and let them just
tell you not to swear. I think
it starts with shit like that.
That's true.
It starts with shit like that. There's a reason all these people who are, it was a coincidence that all these news anchors, all the people on sports things, all these journalists, all these people who are all prim and proper, and then you come and find out they're all having wild sex parties.
Don't ever
child trafficking.
Don't ever include Jeff Joniak in something like that ever again.
I don't know who that is, but
oh my God, you call yourself a Bears fan? You don't know who Jeff Joniak is?
Nope.
You never listen to Bears radio, the game on the radio?
No.
You've never like seen?
I watch Bears games. I'm a real Bears fan, dude. I make sure I have the time to watch it on a television. I don't listen to it on the radio like a fucking caveman.
Oh my God.
Sitting out there with rabbit ears on my fucking roof.
Dude, Jeff Joniak, he's the man.
I don't know. I don't know who that is, but I'll take your word for it.
He's the man.
He's peace probably.
I hope Mike Ploney watches this because he's another one of my friends. Because the GC found out that I have a podcast. I didn't really tell many people, but I hope Mike Ploney watches this and gets this far into the episode and hears me say that Jeff Joniak is the man, because he just likes to be a contrarian in a lot of things. And honestly, he does cook sometimes at this point. So I'm like, hey, pretty good. But I hope he like disagrees with my Jeff Joniak take and like says something in the group chat. And I just want to see it. So I hope he gets this far. Yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully Jeff Joniak isn't up to any like Glenn Greenwald type stuff, but I don't know if you know who that is, but look that up. It's trending currently. He's
just like Sydney Sweeney's bathwater's trending.
Yeah, people are so stupid, and this is
the funny thing.
People will buy it.
No, they're gonna buy it.
Yeah,
and I was like telling one of the guys at work, I'm like, dude, I really wish I could like win one of those, like actually like be able to buy one. Think about the resale value, dude. I mean, the resale value is going to be nuts. So many simps and weirdos out there wanting to just, I'm bathing with Sydney Sweeney's bath. They'll probably start eating it.
Bathing. They're going to be doing a lot more with bathing with that fucking bar of soap. I'm telling you that.
Good thing. I don't want to glaze them too much. I do use their product, but Dr. Squatch's soap is like an all-natural like thing. Like there's like 4 ingredients in it.
So is their deodorant. Currently wearing some.
Yeah, I wear the deodorant.
Smells fucking great too.
It's awesome.
I forget what flavor it is, but it smells awesome. Product is expensive.
I use it is, but it's well worth it.
But if you want, if you don't want,
it's honestly them and Native are like the 2 brands that I really fuck with.
Yeah, if you don't want to put chemicals onto your skin or any of that stuff, they're good. I just don't like their bars of soap because literally like
they don't last that long.
It doesn't last that long, and it doesn't even get to the end. It was like a quarter of the size. Like, it's not even that small yet, and it just starts breaking to crumbles, and you can't do shit about it. You can't even, like, hardly mash it back together. I'm like, this is a waste. Especially when you're paying, like, $7 a bar.
That's what you got to get on sale. I go, if you go on the website, you can get, like, 6 bars of soap for, like, they'll do, like, $15-$20.
The Move, Dr. Bronner's for soap. Body
Never
soap.
even heard of that.
It's fire. They got the lavender one.
We just need to start reaching out to these people and see if they'll sponsor us. And then, our fan could actually congratulate us on getting a real sponsor. Again, I'm very sorry for misleading you.
Yeah. I'm not. I don't apologize.
Dude, we pride ourselves on being
truth. For nothing. I would apologize for nothing.
Sorry,
you're getting smarter as we go, just like we are.
That's true.
That's all it is.
Going back to football, though, we kind of get a little off track there.
Yeah.
Real quick, sorry. What I was saying about the soap. People are gonna start eating it. I don't know. It's gonna be weird.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more.
But anyways, shout out Dr. Squatch for being super smart, and they had her in a commercial, and they probably like saw sales boost, and then someone like probably walked into a meeting. They're like, I'm either gonna lose my job or get like promoted to CEO. It's like, how about we get Sydney Sweeney to just like sit in a bathtub? We'll take some of that water.
There's no fucking way they really did that either. Like, there's no way.
I don't know.
No one will ever know if they did, but there's no way. They're like, take you can't.
Maybe.
You can't do. I mean, it.
I don't know.
There's no way. There's no way.
Maybe she just like stood in like a tub of water. They're like, there you go. There's her bath water.
Dip your foot in this bucket that has a half of a gallon of water in it, and we will dump it into a vat of 500 gallons of clean water, and then we will call it your bath water.
Perfect.
Something, because you can't have her sit in a bathtub and let her fucking. She's a human too. She has, she's got a crotch and a she poops. I mean, she sits in a bathtub. There's fucking poop particles in that water and stuff, and sweat and everything else. And that's what's sick. That's what's disgusting is people get off on that.
People get off on that.
People want that.
But that's
sick
not what we're talking about. We're talking
that.
about football here, so we'll just hop back to that before we get a little too off track.
Yeah, I'll tell you all about society. You need to know the fact that fucking companies are selling people's bath water now, and it's working.
Dude,
I mean,
it's capitalism.
It's a lot more than capitalism, but that's
That's where it starts.
ML football, though, it's funny you brought that up about the Joy Taylor thing, and he actually cooked, and
he immediately
shit the fucking bed.
Yeah, I mean, it's what happened. This guy's obviously a known bozo. We hate. We were honestly going to just change this to the ML football hate podcast.
Yeah, it might as well be. He posted the 5 most influential players in football history. Did you see that one?
No. Actually, I don't know, maybe. I probably did.
I zoomed past
I
most
just scroll
of them,
past.
It's one that like landed at the top for me, so that's why like I seen it. I'm like, what? So 5 most influential players in football history. Take a guess at who you think is number 1 if you didn't see it, and if you're not also looking at it
I'm trying to look it up personally.
Just guess it. Try and
I
guess
don't know,
it.
dude. Probably like Patrick Mahomes.
Odell Beckham Jr.
It doesn't even...
Tom Brady is number 2.
We can't... We need to understand, too, we this is rage bait. We've known that this guy's a rage bait account, so
yes.
we have to take everything with a grain of salt. 100%. We
100%.
can't fall into his trap. This is what he
100%.
wants.
Yes.
We're letting him win.
For sure. Deion Sanders is 3. Cam Newton is 4. Jerry Rice is 5.
I don't even want to elaborate on that, honestly.
I don't either. I just want to put that out there so you guys know
Yeah.
how moronic this guy is. And it is, like you said, it's just rage bait. And it fucking worked again. But it's that type of shit where I'm like, I need to report this. The problem is with something like that, you can't report it because there's morons that actually have an opinion out there and that would argue that probably Odell Beckham Jr. is the most influential player in football history.
Probably.
It's not factually debatable. So moving on from that, though, the 49ers and Eagles made a trade. Bryce Huff, edge rusher from the Eagles, is now going to San Francisco for a mid-round pick. It's not going to happen until tomorrow's June 1st, right? Is tomorrow the 31st? Is there?
Tomorrow's the 31st.
31st.
Yeah.
But he is now back with the Niners under Bob Saleh, which he played for the Jets and Bob Saleh. And now Bob Saleh has Bryce Huff, Thomas Morstead, and Chaz Surratt playing for him on the Niners, who are all players that were on the Jets with him. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Bringing the band back together, you know. And then the Dolphins are having trade discussions with the Steelers, talking about possibly trading Jonnu Smith.
I had actually seen that. Yes, I did see that.
Yeah, he's scheduled to make like $4.8 million this year, and he's seeking a new contract. But Miami's like, yeah, we'd rather trade you. And
I can't say I blame them.
Well, I can, because last season he set the franchise record by tight end.
I get it.
For most receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns.
I get it, but...
And that's also without Tua.
Will he do it again?
He's really good. I like Jonnu Smith a lot, and he's the one who said his actual preference is to stay in Miami and rework a deal with him. But
I'm sure he probably would. I mean, Brandon Marshall wanted to stay in Chicago when they got rid of him.
Yeah. And then did you see the Stephon Diggs debacle?
Yes, actually, that's a good topic.
What the fuck are these guys doing?
Well,
what is that? Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. This is honestly kind of crazy. And then immediately see the clip where it's like, man, like, did you see the clip of the New England's like rookie wide receivers basically all dropping passes like in OTAs?
No.
They're doing like a drill and like 2 in a row. It's like drop like passes right to them, like easy passes. And the it said, I wish these guys had like a strong veteran presence to help guide them, but he's on a yacht passing out pink stuff to models.
Yeah, pretty much.
And he said, like, don't do all of it. He's like handing them the bag.
Yeah, models and talentless musicians. Cardi B was also on that boat, and
It's his girlfriend.
They're all out there shaking their fucking asses and twerking on everybody. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, football season is about to kick into gear, and like you're already, like I said, OTAs are going on. Like all this shit's starting, and I know
Stephon Diggs he knows he's at the latter end of his career. He's got paid.
Yeah, I know, but also like you haven't fucking got. I don't know if he gets paid yet, and if you're caught doing some shit like that, and you're handing out bags of drugs. Kind of isn't just like, well, he's partying. It's not like, and this is what's so funny when people shit on Rodgers for all this shit. Like, oh, he's out doing. It's like, yeah, everything that he's doing on his own time, and he's not doing anything illegal. Not where he goes, he ain't doing anything illegal.
Is he in the United States?
Exactly. So it's not illegal where he's going.
Didn't he do ayahuasca in the United States?
No, the ayahuasca he goes out of the thing for. Out of the country. I forget where it is that he goes to, but nonetheless, I mean, it's like it's crazy though to be like one guy who's out like, yeah, I got to go do like a darkness retreat, and I want to like really think about myself and think about my future and contemplate what the meaning of life is, and people are like, you fucking asshole, and then Stephon Diggs is slapping black ass on a boat, handing out coke to 3 chicks who were all over him, and people were like, hell yeah, dude, fucking
I don't think
party
I saw
it
a
up.
single
Like,
person say that.
so many people were like, fuck it, who cares? Like, it's not this. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, that's. It's.
I think we got 2 different feeds. I did
Yeah, of
not
course.
see
Yeah,
a single
definitely.
a single post like that.
Yeah, there's definitely fucking 2 different algorithms going, but I mean, we went through it before. We seen it where like all the comments were different on yours and mine when I forget what we were reading,
Yeah.
but it was like seeing different ones on there. Nonetheless, yeah, that I don't know. I don't know if anything's really going to come of that. Honestly, we'll
Probably not.
see.
Dude, I honestly feel okay. I know this probably might be a little bit of a hot take. You know, people obviously like Mike Vrabel because they say he's a football guy. You know, stern, strong guy. I feel like Mike Vrabel's kind of a beta. He gives me like Hardo vibes. Okay, if he truly was, you know, a tough guy, something would happen to Stephon Diggs.
Well, I mean, it's only been a couple days. I think they're probably trying to figure out what went on with him, but also, yeah, I mean, I don't know how much he could do at this point. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what they could do at this point because it's like, you know, I don't think he could just come out and cut him. Like,
No, I'm not saying cut him. I don't. Yeah, I
but yeah, it's
also
like, I
don't know what
you
you do.
Yeah, what do you fucking do with
That
him?
is true. Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Did you see now that? Oh yeah, we never announced really. I don't think that flag football is gonna. Oh, maybe no, we did talk about that. Flag
We
football
did.
gonna be in the Olympics.
Yes.
Our boy.
Actually, I think that was on the episode we lost. Where we talked about it. Was on the episode we
Yeah,
lost.
it was.
So, anyways, yes, obviously, flag football will be in the LA Olympics in 2028. But yeah, the dude, I forgot
Our
his name.
boy, yep, to fucking
Doucette.
Daryl Doucette the third.
Yeah.
The guy who's believes he is better than Patrick Mahomes would be at flag football. He's a quarterback of the national flag football team for USA. Says that flag football players deserve their opportunity and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, I
would
get
agree.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, to an extent, I get it. But also, you guys are not as talented as NFL players. I'm sorry, but you're not. And
You were,
when
you'd
we're
be
on
in the
world,
league.
Yeah, exactly. And it's on the world stage, so move over. Sorry,
agree.
hold our beer. We're going out there and fucking tearing it up. We're going to show you that
they'll
we
probably
can do
get
what
their
you're doing,
chance.
too.
You know, I'm sure a lot of NFL players will probably make the business decision to be like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Mhm.
So obviously there will be some of those guys, I'm sure. But yeah, no, 100% agree. Sorry, dude.
He claims that they're the best at it and they don't need other guys. And I'm like, yeah, still disagree with that. I mean, it's like, yeah, you guys technically, I guess you are the best because Patrick Mahomes is not playing flag football and CMC is not playing flag football and Jamar Chase is not playing flag football and Lamar Jackson is not playing flag football. So you guys are the best. But if those guys have a chance, I think they're going to win. I mean, we've seen the Pro Bowl now, right? We literally just had fucking flag football.
The Pro Bowl is an atrocity.
It was an atrocity.
Also, sorry, guys. I have a splinter in my hand. I'm trying to get it out.
Oh, no.
So if I'm sitting here just like not paying attention to the camera, I'm sorry. Deal with it.
And then one other thing, Joey Bosa got hurt already. He pulled his calf, will be sidelined until training camp starts.
I did see that.
And James Cook is not present yet for the team.
Wants his bag.
Yeah, he does. He wants his bag and kind of deserves it. First comment on that, too, also about the Joey Bosa thing. Somebody said, bro gets hurt breathing. It's
kind of facts.
Yeah.
They're kind of not wrong.
Yeah. That was it for NFL on me.
I had
NFL on me.
So hopping right into an MLB thing real quick that I saw that was actually thought was pretty cool. I just need to make sure it's true because I don't want to look like an idiot. Let me find it. Okay, so yeah. The Polo Grounds is making a comeback. Did you see that?
No.
So the MLB has announced plans to break ground in Pelham Bay Park in the Bronx to build a 2-scale replica of the Polo Grounds, which will host a special event series once a year similar to the Field of Dreams game. The stadium, which will have significantly less capacity than the original, is expected to be completed in time for the 2027 season. That's kind of cool. They're basically, building a replica.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. It was
It's pretty cool.
I don't know.
It's a pretty historic thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, still, I don't know. Doesn't really do it for me, I'll be honest. Like, it's cool, but I'm not like, whoa, that's the fucking, it's cool.
Tim Anderson got DFA'd by the Angels.
Huh?
Tim Anderson got
Yes.
DFA'd.
Yes, he did.
It's a tragedy, some might say. Mostly just me. He was one of my favorite players at one point in the MLB. And Jose Ramirez kind of just knocked the life out of him. His, like we had said before on the show, Tim Anderson's just still sitting there in between first and second at Sox Park.
Yeah.
With his soul is just there still.
Pretty much. Speaking of your favorite players, too, Ronald Acuna got his elbow destroyed the other day against the Phillies. Zach Wheeler, it looked pretty intentional.
Was that their get back for Bryce Harper?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bummer. You hate to see that. I don't know if he's actually missing any games due to it, but I just seen the video of him getting hit, and he fucking screams as soon as it hit. It's like, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it's awful. It sucks. It hurts like hell.
Yeah.
Mike Trout is either back today or tomorrow.
Nice.
I believe.
I'm not sure, but that's.
I think it's either today or tomorrow that Mike Trout's back. I'd seen that this morning.
What's the over/under on how many games he plays before he gets injured again?
Yeah, right.
People I'm gonna say 15.
People had said if Mike Trout, or not people, I saw a post said if Mike Trout doesn't play another MLB game, is he a first ballot Hall of Famer? I say yes, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, kind of goes into like what we talked about before, where you're like, what does the Hall of Fame even mean anymore?
That is true. The Hall of Fame does suck now. All of them. Hall of Fame's kind of meaningless in my point, like in my eyes now.
Yeah, so it's like, do you really? But I mean, at the same time, yeah, like in my opinion, I'd be like, yeah, for sure, he should be in the Hall of Fame. But yeah, that's a tough one. That's a really tough one. And speaking of that same, going back on like the Braves and Phillies game, Chris Sale became the 40th pitcher in MLB history to record 2,500 career strikeouts. He's the fastest to reach that mark, which is kind of nuts. And he's only 36, so I mean he's old, but he could definitely get to 3,000 strikeouts for sure.
I'd
say
in
the next two. Well, shit. I mean, 2 years would probably be pushing it, but I would imagine he's probably going to play until he hits at least 3,000 strikeouts. He's so fucking great.
Remember when the White Sox had him?
Yeah, that was another. And speaking of pitchers, this isn't in any particular order, based off of, like, there's other guys who had numbers better than Skeens, but this is going based off just magnitude of player comparing. So earned runs allowed through their first 35 career starts. Paul Skeens has 47 earned runs, which is absurd because Pedro Martinez had 81, Clayton Kershaw 83, Justin Verlander 87, Roger Clemens 100, Randy Johnson 102, Greg Maddux 115. You were talking the creme de la creme of baseball pitchers of all time, basically, in that fucking list. And Paul Skeens has literally half of the amount of earned runs. Like, it is a shame. This is just kind of hammering home, like, how we were shitting on the Pirates before, and just hammering home that, like, it is such a bummer that guy is stuck there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it sucks for him, not for them.
I mean, yeah, it definitely does. But he's kind of the man.
He is. He's definitely, I'd say right now, he's the best pitcher.
He just turned 23.
And no one will fucking know that because he's on the Pirates and their ass.
Yeah, I mean, social media is obviously doing a pretty good job at gassing him up, which is fine.
Yeah,
but he does need to go. Like I said, we'll probably see him in a Dodgers jersey sometime soon.
Yep.
Just hope he doesn't get like the curse that they have going on right now, that all of their pitching is like dead.
Yeah, I don't know how that keeps happening, but it is what it is. And speaking also of great pitching, great performances, this was I think this was Saturday's game. Tariq Skubal just threw like one of the best fucking games you could truly witness.
Oh yeah, last Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
9 innings pitched, 2 hits, 0 runs, 0 walks, 13 strikeouts. He threw 94 pitches with 72 of them being strikes. Final pitch was 102.6 miles an hour, the hardest he's ever thrown in his career. He had 26 swing and misses, and it was the first complete game of his career.
Yeah, I had seen that. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, he is extremely dominant as well. He kind of another guy that gets a little bit overlooked, I think. But with Detroit being as good as they have been, he's probably going to start getting his flowers this year, I would imagine. Real baseball fans know. I'm just talking like general public. you'd say like, oh, Tariq Skubal. They're like, who? Like, who does he play for? You know, it's not like you're, I don't know, let's say like Clayton Kershaw, Justin Verlander. Like people know like those big names.
Yeah, definitely.
Max Scherzer, shit like that. But
Psychopath.
yeah, the psychopath. That was all I had on baseball, and really, NBA news. OKC takes the Timberwolves, bends them over a log, and pushes their shit in.
Told you.
Yeah,
I said it. We had discussed this. I said, Anthony Edwards is going to be extremely tested against this OKC defense, and we have seen that.
Yeah, one guy can't beat a team, and that's basically what OKC went with. They said, all right, well, we'll cover your best player, and then basically just shadowed everybody else, too. And
shut him down.
Julius Randle getting 8 fucking points again. Like that, you're not going to win like that. So it's a bummer.
Yeah, it sucks. I would really have liked to seen Anthony Edwards win. Hopefully.
I like OKC a lot, though. Like
definitely I do.
Bummer is in, like, it's a bummer it wasn't a better series because it should have been, like, well, this could go 6 or 7. And instead it was kind of like fucking the 4 wins OKC had were like, well, 3 of them were blowouts.
Yeah.
Like, they just absolutely raked them over the coals in that last game, too. I mean, they were up like 71-34 or some shit at the half. It was like...
It's a yikes.
Yeah, it was over pretty quick. And then Pacers-Knicks, that one's really interesting. We got the Game 6 tomorrow night coming back to Indy. Knicks are hanging on.
They are.
I really hope the Pacers make the finals.
Karl-Anthony Towns is looking extra zesty. I keep seeing all the zesty clips.
He's like... The way he's like passing it and the faces he's making, he's
just a little zesty. It's funny.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we're waiting on that one. That is the last one we were waiting on, though, because also in the NHL, the Florida Panthers take down the Hurricanes. They embarrassed the fuck out of them. They just ran through them, put on a clinic, bullied the shit out of them the entire time, stamped their ticket to make it to the final. And then Edmonton did the same shit to Dallas, basically. They lost one game, and then it was just fucking all gas, no brakes from there. I mean, it was...
Hell yeah.
This is going to be... It's a repeat. I mean, it's fucking repeat series. You got the Oilers and the Panthers again. Back-to-back years. Can McDavid get it done? Can he get his first cup ever? Can the Florida Panthers repeat? This is also the 3rd year in a row they've made the Stanley Cup, which is fucking wild. Like,
that is pretty nuts.
They're playing extremely well. Bob's standing on his head. I'm gonna say right now, I think the Panthers repeat. I do. I think this is where goaltending is going to come into play. I think Bob can handle what the Edmonton Oilers can throw at him. He's done it before. He can do it again. He's playing extremely well right now, and Skinner is just he is not trustworthy. He has some great games here and there, but he reminds me a lot of Corey Crawford back in the day. Like Corey Crawford could like absolutely play lights out hockey, just stop everything, just be a brick wall. And then there's other games where he's just letting in beach balls. It's like, oh, game's over. Corey Crawford just didn't show up today, and it's fucking 4-0 in the first period. Like, and that is exactly what Skinner does too. It's like same shit. He's been playing good lately, but I think that is bound to happen. Florida just gets too goddamn chippy, and they get right in your fucking grill, and you got Kachuk standing there just fucking dancing around in front of you. Like, dude, it's gonna. I think Florida's gonna win it, which I would not be upset about.
Put money on it.
Yeah, I don't know what I wonder what the lines are on it, actually. I'd be curious because it's probably not that valuable if I had to take a guess. I would probably guess that they're favored to win it.
I don't know. I don't follow. Unfortunately.
Futures. Wow, no, they're both -110. It is that evenly matched. I mean, it's a great fucking... Edmonton also has no penalty kill. That's a huge problem. When you're playing a team like the Panthers who gets as chippy as they do and starts a lot of shit, they're going to force you to get uncomfortable. They're going to force you to make mistakes. You're going to get penalties. They're going to be on the power play, and your fucking power play or your penalty kill is useless. So, good luck. That is something they need to look out for. It's going to be fucking very important to not get penalties against Florida.
Look out for that.
Yes, look out for it.
This is something I wanted to bring up real quick. This is a miscellaneous thing that I saw. I just wanted to bring it up. I thought it was pretty funny.
I love miscellaneous things.
All right, so it's a sign, all right, at a bar. It says, take the 92-ounce challenge, Miller High Life. 12 ounces, and then 2 40 ounces. All right, you complete the challenge, you will live in infamy on our plaque wall. It's $20 normally.
Mm-hmm.
So could you take that down? 2 40s and then just like a regular bottle.
There's got to be a time.
I don't know, dude. It doesn't say. It just says that. It says exactly that.
That's stupid. Yeah, of course it could do that. That's fucking 7 beers.
I know, it's just kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
It's just really stupid because it
sign
just
me
says,
up for that.
complete the challenge and live in infamy on our wall. I'm like, okay. I mean, they seem kind of simple. I don't know though. I've never.
Yeah, it's very simple. 7 beers is pretty easy. I think
Unless
I had like 15 at the fucking race.
Yeah. We were. Dude, they're free. How could you not turn them down?
Yeah, exactly.
But I just don't. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I just $20 too. That honestly doesn't seem that bad.
Oh, there was something I wanted to bring up. I do gotta go because I gotta get going to my. I gotta get going to Ryan's house so I can let Remy out and feed her. But I know there was something here that I wanted to bring up. I will look for it very quick.
Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe. Don't forget to inquire about merch if you know us personally. The merch store is under construction right now, so yeah, just keep waiting on that. Follow us on X. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm just trying to kill time right now.
Yeah, here it is. So this is really funny. I laughed extremely hard about this because it was so fucking random and I was not expecting it. So there was a chick that posted a video and she was saying basically she's been dealing with a sinus infection for like 7 years now and she cannot get rid of it. She's been to the doctor like a bunch of times. They can't figure out what it is. They finally did a certain test and figured out she had E. coli in her nose, which for those of you who are not familiar, E. coli only comes from poop. She then recalled a moment with her ex-boyfriend where he farted in her face while they were in a hotel. And she said it was the worst smell
she was
she's
in a
ever
wheelchair.
smelled.
Mind this. I saw this. She was in a wheelchair, so like she couldn't get away.
Yeah, no, yeah, she had just had ankle surgery, so she could not move, and he farted in her face, and she said it was literally the worst thing she's ever smelled in her life.
A bare ass fart, mind you.
Yeah, and he
no
gave
filtration from clothing.
No filtration, and definitely like would have left streaks if there were filtration because she literally had shit particles go up her nose and infect her sinuses for 7 years.
Yeah. I did see that.
I laughed very hard when I read that. I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah, actually we had sent that on our Twitter group. I remember I saw that the other day. I'm like, that is diabolical.
Truly diabolical, yes. Yeah, that's truly diabolical.
Yeah, that is awesome. We love that. Yeah. I mean, it sucks for her, but it's pretty funny.
Hilarious because I'm like, that is something I would do.
Yeah, it's it. I mean, I don't know if I could be
maybe not bare ass. Yeah. I don't know about bare ass to the face, but like
because that's crazy. I mean, that's like psychopathic tendencies.
Yeah, definitely.
But hey.
Ooh, speaking of psychopathic tendencies, I have a question for you. This is apparently a question that gets asked for determining, like an easy way to determine if a person is a psychopath or not, depending on your answer.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you a story. You answer the question. So this lady is at her son's funeral, and she meets a guy there. She hasn't had a husband in years.
Sure.
She meets a guy there. She fucking hits it off with this dude, right? They really get along great. And then the funeral's over. They leave. She never talks to him again. 2 weeks later, her daughter dies. What do you think happened? She murdered her daughter. Sorry, not her daughter. She murdered her daughter. What do you think happened?
I don't know. She killed her daughter.
But like, Okay, well, clearly you're not a psycho, because a lot of people, apparently, if you're a psycho, and I might have been fucking forgetting like the last part, but apparently they're like, what is the reason that this happened or some shit? And it's like a psychopath would have immediately thought like, oh, she did it so she could see that guy again.
Okay, that was a thought that crossed my mind, but I'm like,
whoa, dude, whoa.
I'm like, did she do it?
Get me out of here.
I'm like, but I'm sitting there thinking like, well, how would she know that like he would show up? Like, who is this guy to her family that she's expecting him to show up?
Yeah, apparently that is like the first thought that crosses a psychopath's mind. I didn't know. I actually was like struggling with that one. I was trying to figure it out. Like, I thought it was like fucking murder mystery. Like, I'm trying to think like, okay, so there's like is this like a riddle or some shit I gotta figure out?
My initial thought was like, well, she killed her daughter, so.
Oh yeah, just said, why did she kill her daughter? That is the question.
Like, hoping that this guy would show up, but I'm like, that wouldn't make any sense, because how would she know that this, like, who is this guy?
But that doesn't matter. It's just that she did it because she was hoping she's hoping he would show up. It doesn't matter if it's possible or not, but the fact is that you are a psychopath because you thought that right away. You thought, oh, well, obviously she did it because she wants to see him again. And it's like, that tells you a lot about your brain. It's kind of interesting. I was actually like very intrigued by that. I'm like, holy shit.
This will be our last episode because I'm probably on a watch list and I have to leave the country.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Funny story too. Actually, by the way, today I'm gonna throw this in there. I know I said I gotta get going, but yeah, a kid like sliced half of his finger off almost at work today. And I had to take him to the fucking urgent care.
Nice.
It was crazy. Yeah, he sliced through like this whole part of his finger, like this whole chunk.
How do you do that?
On sheet metal. A piece of pipe. He was pushing it back into like a bundle of pipe, and there was a band on it still, and he was just pushing it in, and it caught the band and stopped, and like literally cut from like here down to here to where like this whole piece basically was like you could just probably pull it off. But what was even funnier is like they're like, hey, can you take him to urgent care? So he had to go to a certain one due to like the workers' comp shit and everything.
Yeah.
Well, that ended up having to be all the way in fucking Crown Point off like 231 and 65. So I had to take him all the way there. So I'm like, damn, all right, let's get going. We start driving. We get stuck by a fucking train in Griffith. Like immediately. So he's just sitting there and he's like, man, he's like, you were right. I think the adrenaline's wearing off. It's starting to really fucking hurt. And I'm like, I just hold it together, dude. Like, we're getting there. We're getting there. And he's like, I know. He's like, dude, my finger's like so cold right now. I'm like, yeah, well, there's no circulation to it. It's losing all of its blood. Yeah. I'm like, we'll get there. But we're stuck in a train for like 5 minutes. Then we're stuck behind train traffic, obviously. People are driving slow as fuck. We get all the way up to like Klein and 30, and as I get in the turn lane to turn onto 30, a fucking cop comes by on 30 heading east, and all the traffic starts stopping. And I'm like, dude, are we about to get stuck behind a funeral procession or something? Because that funeral home's right there. Yeah. No. Light changes. We turn onto 30. There's a fucking car on fire right past the funeral home. Traffic is dead stopped. And the ambulance comes, the fire truck comes, and we're sitting there for like 5 minutes just waiting. And they're like, they were kind of letting some cars through, but then the fire truck got there and started putting the fire out. And then everybody was stopped. And I'm like, oh my God, this is, who knows how long it's going to be now since they're blocking the road. I'm like, fuck it. So I go cut through the funeral home, get back on Klein. I'm like, I'm just going to take the little back road behind Zell's and go down to the light that's past the accident. As soon as we fucking finally go through there, turn around, come back, all that traffic had been let through. So I'm like, we would have just got through that way. And now it was just taking as long as it possibly could to get this kid to an urgent care to get him fucking stitches. And I'm like,
I was like, fuck your workman's comp. Figure it out, dude. I'm going to lose my finger.
Yeah. Well, he's like, he was like, man, I'm like so nervous. I've never had stitches before. He's like, I'd rather just like cut this fucking thing off. I'm like, that's crazy talk. What are you saying? Yeah. Like you know, if they cut the thing off, they have to stitch up the wound from where they cut it. So doesn't work like that. But nonetheless, it was very funny that it's like, oh, here's an emergency. And it's like, oh, get stuck by a train. Yeah. Oh, get stuck by another emergency. And then he's like, dude, there was a big enough gap. He goes, if I was driving myself right now, he goes, I would have drove right past, I would have fucking went around all that traffic and blew past the car that was on fire. Like, I would have just went, dude, I need to get to a hospital. And I'm like, yeah, and that fucking cop would have followed you to the hospital, and after you got stitched up, would have put you in the back of the car. So he's like, I don't care. I'm like, you say that. You're in a lot of pain right now. Just why don't you just breathe?
I would just be like, yeah, I don't give a shit about your workman's comp. I'm not going to ground point right now.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
It was like it was a meaty chunk hanging off.
Yeah,
like,
that's
it was a
crazy.
whole fucking chunk of his finger hanging. I'm
That's
like,
crazy. Yeah, I would be like, that's nuts. I gotta go see, dude.
Yeah, he did pretty good in the car ride there. I was trying to basically talk to him the whole time, like holding it together. But then as soon as we got to the hospital, he's like, we get in the door and he starts running. And I'm like, don't run. Don't run. Hey, you don't want your blood pressure to go up. You don't want it to fucking start squirting out of there, dude. Like, stop running. I'm like, take a fucking breath. Get it together. We're 2 minutes from the room. And then also, we get to the hospital. I told you which one it was.
Yeah.
When you pull in there, the urgent care, you have to go all the way around the property because I'm following my GPS because we had to go to a specific door. And to go to that door, you have to go all the way around. I'm like, the urgent care is the farthest fucking location from the entrance. So that's funny in my head. I'm laughing at that. We get in there and we're walking down the hall. We get all the way to the one end and I'm like, he's like, you looking for working wellness or whatever? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, second floor, all the way to the end of the hallway, take a left, all the way to the end of that hallway. I'm like, and that's in the back corner of the building too. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's
like
insane.
this kid's just walking. He just starts going up the stairs. I'm like, oh my god, this is 55 minutes has gone by since he sliced his finger. He probably could have just taped it up.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I should just taken a torch to it, kid.
Yeah, I would cauterize it for you at work. Yeah,
It's insane.
but yeah, it was very funny. It was a crazy last couple days. I tell you that much.
That is an understatement.
Yeah.
But I know you got to get out of here.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely.
We'll catch you.
fucking A.
We will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching.
Yes, Hanks.